Alright, hello everybody, good morning. Well, it's morning for me, who knows when it will be when you watch this video. Welcome to another episode of Noah Talks About Everything. Today I want to talk about basketball. We're going to talk about basketball. We're going to talk about the Lakers game from last night. And specifically, I want to talk about a certain player called Lonzo Ball. I'm kind of unwrapping this little candy, which is a bad idea because if I eat it, then I can't talk. So I'm going to put it down. I'm a big fan of the Lakers. Well, I've lived in LA, I was born in LA, and some more recent years of my life were in LA, and so I think it's a great town. I don't know, I have my own perspective on it, but I feel attached to the place. Now that Kobe is gone from the Lakers, there's a fresh crop of young talent, and I'm really excited to see how the team develops. So maybe it's a combination of my own relationship with the place, but also I think it's an interesting mix of players, and it's just a really fresh, interesting time for the Lakers team. In particular, I've been really fascinated with Lonzo Ball, and the reason I've been fascinated with Lonzo Ball, because of his fame, in large part, which has to do not necessarily with his talent, but also with the talking that his dad has done. And I think there were a lot of expectations on him coming into the league, and he's basically fallen short of those expectations. But I always felt that for me, I could never be sure whether or not it was a lack of skill, or if it didn't have more to do with a lack of confidence or a lack of grit. And so what was really exciting to watch over the last few weeks LeBron James has been out with an injury, as well as Rajon Rondo, who are two of their more veteran players. Obviously LeBron is very significant, but Rondo is too. It's been interesting to see how this Lakers team, particularly all these younger, more inexperienced players, figure out how to maintain the team's trajectory while losing two of their most significant players. They're in a position where this year they could be in the playoffs. It's been pretty important for them to win some games while LeBron's out because they're not in a great position. So it's very important. I think all the players really want it, and it's a time where they really need to rise to the occasion. And so there's been a lot of pressure on them, and they've lost a couple of significant games. Last night's game was really interesting because it's against the Thunder, the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are apparently the #1 ranked defense in the league. They struggled, I guess, a little bit the last two games, but they've also shown a lot of strength, and they're performing at a very high level. And the other thing about the Oklahoma City Thunder is they're a very physical team. Russell Westbrook never stops. Schroeder, I don't know what his actual statistics are, but he seems to have one of the quickest first steps in the league. People just can't keep up with him, and that allows him to take wide open three-point shots even with somebody trying to defend him. He doesn't even hardly have to move because people have to stay right out on him. So all that makes the game really fascinating, really interesting to watch. You've got Kyle Kuzma, who seems to really be stepping into becoming a very strong player and a significant contributing player. But Lonzo Ball, I always thought that he had a lot of potential. From what I've watched, I think he's really starting to want to win more, and he's really starting to believe in himself. When he's confident, he is somebody that you want the ball to be in his hands. He still showed moments of weakness. He gave up a key foul that could have cost them the game. It ended up sending it into overtime because he was being very hesitant. Russell Westbrook hit all three clutch free throws, which honestly was impressive, and I think the announcer was dead on.
This is when you throw statistics out the window and you remind everybody that you're an MVP in this league.
That was a fairly big mistake. And then there's another moment where Lonzo, he had been taking charge, he had made a couple plays, and he maybe didn't trust himself to make another play, and he was looking to pass the ball off. He didn't want to make something happen for his team. And that's when things go wrong. I think in general, you need to know what you want to do with the ball. If you're just kind of like, you're not sure and you want somebody else to make it happen, like, it's great if you want somebody else to make it happen, but you should know who it is and get it to them and let them know that they're the person, or whatever. Just, you need to have plans. When you start kind of doing this, I don't know what's gonna happen, we need to figure something out, that spreads and then the play goes bad. To counter that, most of the time, including in overtime, I thought Lonzo stepped up in ways that he hasn't, and so it was pretty exciting, and hopefully he keeps it up. Really big win for the Lakers at this point in the season with what they're going through.